Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode with RMG. This episode is majorly made for this year's WAEC, GCE, and NECO students. If you are familiar with my video, you would you would notice that this is not the format in which I make my video. But after the old JAM results saga, I feel challenged that perhaps as teachers we need to do something drastic. Perhaps some of these students don't even understand how to go about these examinations, how to answer the questions, even though they know what to do. Sometimes how to do it might make them lose most of their marks. So this is why I'm here today to explain to you how to answer the SSC English question. And this particular video will be focused on the section A, which is the writing section. So if you are writing SSC exam this year, whether it is WAEC, NECO, or GCE, or you're a parent or a guardian to anyone who is writing, then this video is for you. I'd like it to be 100% practical. So I have asked one of my new students to answer one of the questions from the past question, and we are going to be analyzing this answer so that you can understand that sometimes most students they have the ideas. I know if you're a student now and you're watching me, I know that you have the idea, you know what to write, but most times how to write it and the mistakes that you make while writing it are majorly the cause of the low marks that students often get in these examinations. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the question I gave is from the 2022 past question. Okay. So from the section A, if you're familiar with the past questions already, you would know that you only need to answer one question from the past question, from this section, rather. So and she chose question one, which is write a letter to your friend in another school, telling him or her about your future career and how to be beneficial to your country. So this is the question that she chose to write about. So now let's see what she wrote and what is wrong with the essay so that you can apply the tips and strategies that I'm going to be giving in between to your own essay as well so that you can earn your mark in full. So this is our response. This is our answer to the question. First, from the question, once you read the question, you'll be able to tell, oh, this is an informal letter. This is a formal letter. This is a speech writing. This is an article, and so on. But in this case, the question I read is an informal letter because she's writing to a friend. So now we have Glorious Avenue. She has written the address. But one thing I noticed there, immediately she submits the answer was that Dear Toyin and her date is on the same line. Another thing is May is a proper noun. So it should start with a capital letter, not a small letter. So this 14th of May, M should be capitalized, but it is a small letter. So if I'm going to be the real examiner, I would have to circle this because it is wrong. Now, another thing is Dear Toyin is on the same line with 14th of May. That's another error. So now let's go to the main essay. What could cause a student to make this particular type of mistake usually is you not calming down enough. When you're answering a question, when you're writing any type of exam, you need to calm your nerve as much as you can so that you don't make mistake. Especially in writing like this, you need to calm your nerve so that you don't make mistake. So now let's move on to this. The first sentence, how are you? Why would you even write that? How are you? So this I is obviously a mistake. It's supposed to be how are you? Or maybe she meant I, which is supposed to be I. I with an exclamation because that would be a greeting. How are you? But she wrote first person pronoun I. Do you understand? How are you? Question mark. Now, after the question mark, she now continue. How is everything over there? This is where I now have a huge problem. Why would you start a sentence or why would you write a small letter after a question mark? You see, there are three end marks in English. We have the full stop, the exclamation mark, and the question mark. These three, they are end marks in English. Please get your pen and book if you are if you are writing your exam this year and you really want to learn, you really want to get the best out of your exam. There are three end marks in English. These three are end marks. Once you use a full stop, an exclamation, or a question mark, then whatever it is that is coming after it should be in capital letter, because once you use it, it's called end mark because it has ended that sentence. It has terminated whatever it is that you are saying before. So if you want to continue writing anything after this, then you should start with a capital letter. So it should be this how is everything should start with a capital letter, and that is why I have circled this H with a red pen. How is everything over there? I hope everything is going well. She continued making the same mistake, starting with a small letter. However, whether it is at the end of it, at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle, wherever it is that you are writing the first person pronoun I, it must be in capital letter. The first person pronoun I must be in capital letter. You know, nowadays you spend so much time on WhatsApp, on social media, you type small letter I am at home. You use the small letter I. Nobody's going to penalize you for doing that on social media. But in formal writing, such as your examination, you have to capitalize the I. Whether it is in between, the beginning, the end, wherever it is that you are using the first person pronoun I, it must be capitalized. So this for her to this is double error. This is a first beginning of a sentence, and I is also supposed to be capitalized anywhere. So that's how I've also circled it with my red pen. I hope everything is going on well. And I guess another thing I need you to pay attention to, look at that spelling of guess. It appears to me like, what is this? What I can see here is Geuess. Then when I asked her, she said, yeah, it's a mistake, and she was trying to correct the mistake. You see, when you make a mistake like this, in writing your essay, your examiner might not penalize you for making a mistake because nobody is above mistake. Nobody is above mistake. Even a professor of English can still make a mistake while writing. But let's assume that you wanted to spell guess. I hope you can see this clearly. And then maybe you end up spelling something else. And you realize, oh, this is a mistake. Just give it one strike. Please don't paint your book. Don't do this in between. Don't do that. Because if you do this, I don't know what this looks like to the examiner. Or you now start two paints. Once you make a mistake, just give it a single strike. Don't do this. Some of you will paint it and paint and paint and paint, and your work looks so rough. Don't paint. Just give it one strike. These are the things that make you lose mark that I'm telling you now. Just give it one strike, and then maybe if there's no space beside it, perhaps you've written it to the end of the paragraph before you realize. So you can just manage to write it at the top clearly, so that your examiner don't get confused that what is this girl or this boy really writing. Do you understand? So once you make mistake like this, learn how to correct it properly. So, and I guess you are enjoying that place. You are enjoying that place. Which place is the place? You are just beginning the essay. We don't know where you are talking about. So there's something called clarity in writing. And if we go back to the question, I hope you are noting everything that I've been saying. I need you to pick your pen and your book. Please notice, don't just listen. If we go back to the question says, write a letter to your friend in another school. The question is clear on where the person is. The question did not say, write a letter to your friend telling him or her about your future career. If the question has said that, then we don't have a clarity on where your friend is. But the question has pointed it out that this friend of yours is in another school. So you should come up with an idea by saying that, I hope you are enjoying Favor International School just as I am enjoying Igondo Senior Grammar School, or maybe you are in Ambassadors Secondary School, whatever school that you are in. So you mention it. You also mention the name of your friend's school. Just come up with a name. It does not have to be realistic. Just come up with a name so that the examiner knows that you understand the question properly. So, and that is why I have circled that place, because when I read that place, this is using pronoun without an antecedent. That is, this pronoun is not referring to anything. You've not mentioned any place previously to us, so we don't know what you are talking about. So she continued making the same mistake of small letter after a question mark, probably because she's not aware that a question mark is also an end mark. It is not only after a full stop that you start with a capital letter. I've explained that earlier. So she says, if so, glory be to God. Full stop. I am so glad to write this letter to you. That's the end of the introductory paragraph. So we have another one, another paragraph. The purpose of writing this letter to you is to let you know about my future career and how it will be of benefit to this country. So she has made the purpose of her essay known. To the next part, to the first paragraph of whatever it is that her career is going to be. In the future, she continued to make this mistake of I. In fact, that was why I feel like this essay is fit because there are lots of errors that students make that I can point out here. Besides, recently, WAEC actually released a website where they analyze common mistakes that students often make that make them fail or make them lose most of their marks in English, in their English exams. And one of the things they note is that students don't, when they write the first person pronoun as a small letter I, that means a lot of people make this mystical mistake. So that's why I'm emphasizing it now. Please don't take your social media writing skill to your examination hall. Please, it's different. So in the future, I want to be an actress. Not just an actress, but also a motivational one that if people are watching my movie, they will also learn more about life. What is good, and also what is wrong. How to raise children in a good way. Full stop. If I want to analyze this paragraph, this is the end of the paragraph. I'm going to show you the next page, but this is the end of this paragraph. If I want to analyze this paragraph, number one, it's so short. Two, it's basically, I would say that it's so shallow. It's just basically like you just kept on interpreting your native language into English. And you are not speaking as if you are writing an exam. You are just talking as if you are speaking with one of your friends in the neighborhood. Like, you should understand that there's a difference between formal writing. When you write in an examination, yes, this is an informal letter, but you still need to make your points clear, because at the end of the day, you are not writing this to a friend for real. You are writing it to an examiner that wants to test your use of the English language. So in the future, I want to be an actress, not just an actress, but also a motivational one. What does that even mean? A motivational one, that when people are watching my movie, that is basically interpretation from your native language. You're supposed to say such that when people watch my movie, they would learn valuable life lessons. Do you understand? That makes sense. You've communicated, okay, I want people to learn valuable life lessons from my movies, such as child upbringing, morals in the society, etc. But you've come here to say, when people are watching my movie, they will also learn a lot about life, what is good, also what is wrong, and it is not even well punctuated. You cannot write an essay without punctuating it. In the future, I want to be an actress. Not just an actress, but also an actress. There's supposed to be a full stop, no full stop, not just no comma. Not just an actress, but also a motivational one. There should be a full stop. That's when people are watching my movie, they will also learn more about life. That should be a full stop, not a comma, because that should be the end of the sentence. Usually, I've trained quite a number of students, and I see students submit essays without punctuation. You know, you just put the paragraph there, and you continue to write and write without punctuations. These are the things that your examiners are out to look out for. Once they realize, oh, you didn't punctuate, minus, maybe that's already minus half. So before you know it, half, before you know it, you already lose 20 marks. So these are the things you need to pay attention to. Punctuate your essay and make sure that you are making sense. What is the meaning of also learn about life? What is good? What is wrong? No, just say valuable life lessons. I would like to portray different scenarios so that people can learn valuable life lessons from my movies. Another thing is, as an actress, do you really have an influence over what you want to act? Actors only interpret roles. People who have influence on what to put out there are movie producers. So it would have been better for you to say, I would like to be a movie producer. Besides, When you have this kind of question, sometimes you don't even have to be real about what you want to become. You just have to think about how well you can convince your reader that you know what to do. Whatever it is that you have chosen to be, mm, has benefits for your country. For instance, you can say you want to be, when you grow up, you want to be a teacher because you would like to impact students. You would like to impact young ones. You can say when you grow up, you want to become a doctor because you would like to save lives. You do not necessarily need to become a doctor. Nobody's going to come and ask you that, oh, but you actually want to become an actress. Why do you say you want to become a doctor? You need to choose topics, or you need to choose content that you can really justify, that will make sense. Do you understand? So let's continue to the next paragraph. Now she's starting a new paragraph with reasons why. There's something we call logical connectors in writing. When you are starting a paragraph, you've already started a paragraph. When you are continuing, you need logical connectors such as furthermore, moreover, however. Do you understand? So this will make one paragraph connect to another. You don't start a paragraph with reasons why, and that is why I've circled it. Another first person pronoun with a small letter I. Reasons why I like the career is how it makes people to be courageous and to be a good role model in the society. Full stop. How it promotes well-rounded individual and sense of community. I would say she knows what she wants to say, but she's not using the right word to express it. And this is what happens to a whole lot of students. Okay, you've chosen this career. You can say, moreover, I've chosen this career because I've always admired how courageous actors and actresses are usually are. Do you understand? And I also think that this career would promote or would help me to develop different skills that will make me or that will help me to become a well-rounded individual in the society. You've said something that makes sense that way. Don't stop writing the way you talk to your friend in the neighborhood. When you write, try to make your write-up as clear as possible. Now let's move on to the next one. If by God's grace, this is another error. What I can see here is PROVE, but she says she has written GRAVE. So please, those of you that when you write, because I've seen different students, you want to write I, you write it like this. What is it? Why is zero on your I? This is your small letter I. Some of you, when you want to write S, you all know all the styles with which you write these letters, and these are not the real way of writing these letters. Please, when you're writing WAEC, WAEC is serious business. Don't come with all your styles. Keep it at home. When you come to the WAEC, or please write normally. This is small letter S. Write it like a small letter S. This is small letter T. Write it like small letter T. This is small letter H. Write it like small letter H, such that it is not going to be debatable that that is what you have written. Once it is debatable that is when Mr. A sees it, Mr. A thinks, oh, it looks like T. And when Mr. B comes, Mr. B say, oh, it looks like G. It's debatable. So your examiner can say, oh, when I saw it, I think it's G. So I marked you based on the G. So write clearly so that you can justify whatever it is that you have written. So if by God's grace I should become an actress, I will make sure I try my best in developing our country by helping the youth to be self-independent. So I would say that this is just a topic sentence, not a paragraph. What is a paragraph? These paragraphs are too short to be written by an SS3 student for WAEC standard. It's not just that you just go there to say, okay, it's paragraph. I've started with a space. I've ended with a full stop, and I'm going to the next line. So that means I've written a paragraph. No. A paragraph is a group of related sentences on a single idea. So you have to have a major idea that you are writing on for a particular paragraph. And you don't just write two sentences and that's the end of the paragraph. No. You will have the topic sentence, which is the major thing, which expresses the major thing that particular paragraph is about. And then you have other sentences that are going to give us supporting details. The supporting details can be continuous explanation of what the topic sentence has said. Please note what I'm saying now, and you can write it. I'm still going to explain it further after analyzing this essay. How to come about ideas for your paragraph. I'm going to explain it. But please note this too as I'm writing it. Write it down. So you're supposed to have a topic sentence which expresses what this paragraph is about. And it usually should be the first sentence, so that immediately I read it from that paragraph, I know, oh, this is what you are trying to say in this paragraph. Then you have other supporting sentences. Those supporting sentences could explain what you said earlier in that first in that first sentence, or it could give us examples. You could use it to give us examples, maybe in the society. It could tell us that about what you have said. It could it should just elaborate what you have said earlier. Do you understand? So you should not give us slices of sentences and then you say that is a paragraph. No. So let me go back to the paragraph. If by God's grace I should become an actress, I will make sure I try my best in developing our country by helping the youth to be self-independent. So I will make sure I try my best in developing our country by helping the youth to be self-independent. That is a topic sentence. Now you need to tell us how you want to develop this youth, how you want to use when you become successful, how you really plan to do this. But you didn't tell us. You move on to the next paragraph. So there is something we say in writing. Show your reader. Please write this down. Show your reader. Do not tell your reader. Don't just tell me that, okay, I want to develop the country. Show me how do you want to develop the country? So you show me by giving me instances. You could say, oh, okay, I'm going to have an initiative where I train students, where I train the youths in different entrepreneurial skills. You've shown me something that you want to do that way. Do you understand? Or you could say, I'm going to have an initiative when I train students with different skills, maybe fashion skills, hairdressing skills, or soft skills. You have to be clear. You can't say, oh, I've said this, and then you run away. No. Whatever it is that you are saying, okay, as you are thinking it in your head that you want to help your country, think about it, challenge yourself, that, okay, how exactly do I want to make this happen? That how, we also need it in that paragraph. So tell us so that we can know that you really know what you are saying. So now let's move on to the next one. I will also make sure youth that are hardworking, who are also interested in this career, that are around me, also become an actor or actress by reducing the high level of unemployment. It is just not adding up. This is another fragment of paragraph. Okay, you say you want to make sure that other youths around you that are interested in becoming actors and actresses. So you can say that, okay, when I become a successful actress, I'm also going to build a theater school where I train interested youths to become veteran actors and actresses, so that they can also become they can also become movie producers like I have become. And by so doing, I'll be reducing unemployment in the society, because these people will also become employers and not just job seekers. You know, when you make your points clear, nobody can take your mark away from you. But when you don't make you just go, you just write as if, oh, as if you're just screaming, oh, take this, and then you run away. Take this, and then you run away. Think you cannot expect anybody to give you mark for what you are thinking in your head. You can only get grades for what you have written. The only defense you've got is what you have written. This is what I tell my students. You cannot defend anything except what you have written. Maybe what you want to write is in your head. It's 10 ideas in your head. But the only thing you could put down is 2. Your examiner is not going to grade you based on all the 10 ideas in your head, because your examiner has no idea about what is in your head. Your examiner is only going to grade you based on the 2%. So you not say, oh, I knew what I want, I knew what I wrote. You were not clear enough. So, and the examiner cannot mark what you are thinking. The examiner will only mark what you have written. So let's continue. If I become an actress, when I realized, okay, I'm going to make this video, that was when I stopped marking this script. I would also make sure this paragraph didn't just correlate. It's not coherent. Yes, that's what we call it. It's not coherent. It has to be coherent. It has to make sense. You have to link it together for it to make sense. I would also make sure youths that are hardworking, are also interested in this career, that are around me, or also become an actor or actress by reducing the high level of unemployment. No, it does not add up. If I become an actress, I will teach people how to be one. I will make sure there is oneness in the society. What she actually meant here is she's going to use her actress career to teach unity. But yeah, you kept on saying oneness. Eh, Why can't you use the word unity in the society by letting people know how to create a good sense of community in the society? I will make sure I will make sure my movie is not just an ordinary movie, but an inspirational one. You've said that before, that okay, your own movie is going to be filled with valuable life lessons so that people can learn. You already said that before. Why are you repeating it and you're not even using the right words? So one of the valuable lessons is, okay, I'm going to teach unity. I'm going to teach valuable children upbringing. I'm going to teach basic morals in the teenagers, or maybe the whole of the society. You have said that before. Don't repeat the same thing. One thing that I still want to do if I become an actor is to help the orphans that are in this country. I mean, the ones God wants me to help, because you know that I cannot do everything in this country, but I know with the grace of God, I can still try. I know God will help me. You see, this is what we call colloquialism. I told you that WAEC also released a website. I don't know, they took it down. I don't know what is wrong with the website because I've been trying to access it for some time now, but it has not been going through. But they also said that one of the reasons why students often fail English, or maybe you hardly see you hardly see students get A, or sometimes even B. Majority is usually C or D, and then E, F. Is because usually you just translate your native language into English. It does not work like that. It doesn't work. If you're in this category, what do you need to do? I'm still going to explain. Just stay with me till the end of this video. I'm just trying to explain all of this. And please, I beg of you, subscribe to my channel, please. Because if you do that, it's going to help me get more visibility. YouTube will be able to suggest it to more people, and this video is going to be beneficial to more people as well. So please subscribe to my channel. So I know God will help me. I am using this medium to let you know my future career. I am also using this opportunity to greet you, since it's been a while we have seen each other. Make sure you write to me soon and send my regard to mommy and daddy, also to your friends. Don't forget my gift if you are coming on it's supposed to be in December, and then now you are writing the day of the month. Sorry, a particular month, and you're starting with a small letter. You should be able to, by now, you should be able to differentiate between proper noun and common noun. Days of the week, month of the year, names of people, names of places, names of event centers, names of maybe names of restaurants. When it is particular to a particular person, a particular place, a particular thing, when it is particular, you have to start with a capital letter. So that's what differentiates a common noun from a proper noun. So once it's a proper noun, you need to use the capital letter. Times it saddens our heart that students at SS3 still don't get these things right, because it's a topic to be taught and learned from basics level, maybe primary 3, primary 4, primary 5. The same thing. We kept on repeating the same thing till SS3, and you're still making the same mistakes. That's why it's hard to forgive. Even the rules aside, it's hard to overlook these things, because you've been taught this thing over and over again. Implement it. You are being taught so that you can implement it, not just so that you can know. No, so that you can implement it when you are writing or when you write. So I think I've had enough of the essay. So let's move on to how. Now, you've seen what is wrong with this essay: the colloquial use of language, the bad punctuation, the bad spelling, the wrong use of I, first person, and all of that. So now, what are you supposed to do to get it right? That's essential as well. You need to know what you need to do so that you can get it right.